Hey everyone, today we're going to go over the Loxia 50mm f2 lens from Zeiss. This is an E-mount lens built for the Sony full-frame sensors, also works with APS-C, but mostly designed for full-frame. First off with this lens, I mainly do video with this. Sometimes I will do portraits or something like that with this, but I am not mainly a photographer, so I'm going to be coming at this from more of a video standpoint. With that being said, this is also a great lens for photos. You just have to be aware that you have to manually focus and you won't get any of the autofocus capabilities of your camera. First off, with build quality, this thing is just a solid metal build all around. It's got some like really nice focus and aperture rings, and even the lens hood itself is like solid metal. Like even just this to replace, I think it's like $80 just because this is built so well. Inside of there, you got like a felt lining, which helps to kind of eliminate some of like the glares that would get into a normal like lens hood and might get onto your lens. If you're using this lens for video, it pairs great with like a lens gear or something like that. You can just slide right on. This one is from followfocusgears.com. You can also get some directly from Zeiss, but they're a little more expensive. But you can just get a couple of these. This is a 3D printed one. And then you can control your focus a little bit more, or you can use something like a follow focus system, and you just get some like more fine-tuned control out of this lens. Another great feature is that this has a 180-degree focus throw, so you can really like fine-tune your focus as opposed to other lenses where you can only go like 90 degrees or something like that. You don't get quite as much as some cinema lenses that go like 270 or further. But it's still really great for a lens like this small. One thing you don't see very much anymore is actual lens markings that show you your focus distance in feet and meters. You also get your aperture, and you get a nice like depth of field scale, which you really don't see anymore on most lenses. One other great thing about this lens is you get actual electronic contacts. Even though this is an all metal lens and you have to control everything from the lens itself, you can still send information to your camera body. So you can read right from your camera screen like what your aperture is set to without having to look around your camera and say like, oh, I'm at like f4-ish, your camera will just say you're like at 4, 4.5 or whatever. You get some really fantastic bokeh with this lens because it has 10 aperture blades, so even as you stop down, your bokeh still stays mostly round. You get a little bit of the edges sometimes because they're not rounded blades, but I really like the style of this bokeh. So if you're shooting photo and you like having clicks, you get 1/3 of a stop increments here. You get this really satisfying click. If you don't want that and you're shooting video, you can use this DClick tool provided by Zeiss in the box. You just locate this little screw right here and you just turn that 180 degrees, and then you get a perfectly declicked aperture, great for shooting video. Another great thing about this lens and the whole Loxia lineup is that they're very small compared to most E-mount lenses. You get like that long without the lens hood, very similar in size to the old Helios 44M, which is very popular, like 58mm lens. As far as cons go, the only one that I can really think of is that the aperture ring is like so close to the camera body when it's mounted that sometimes it's a little hard to like reach around your lens and change your aperture setting. This isn't too big of a deal, but sometimes it's a little annoying when you're trying to unmount the lens. You sort of have to like stop your aperture all the way down, otherwise it'll just keep spinning until you can actually turn the lens to get it off your camera. So that's a little bit frustrating when you're taking the lens off, but that's probably my only thing that I don't like about this lens. One other thing to note is that you don't get any sort of image stabilization with this lens, especially with it being this small. So if you're just going to be shooting this on a Sony body that doesn't have image stabilization, like an old A7S, just be aware of that. But most cameras that you're going to put this on should have some sort of stabilization. If you're looking to pick one of these up, you can get them on Amazon for about $870 as I'm currently recording this. On B&H it goes for $949, or if you have the EDU discount through B&H, you can get it for about $835, which is a fantastic deal. This is the cheapest lens in the Loxia lineup, so if you're looking to get into the other lenses, this is a great one to start out with to see if you like the look. Also one of the only ones that has the EDU discount, so if you're eligible for that, definitely pick this one up first. So that's going to do it for this lens review. Make sure you check out the description for more links on where to buy or rent this lens. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.